Not all celebrities are adored. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most hated celebs of 2018.
2018 has been an absolute roller coaster of a year.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
Click the link below to find our best and worst of 2018 videos for a look back at all the awesome and crazy things that happened.
For this list, we're looking at controversial celebrities who've generated a lot of ire and hatred throughout 2018. We'll be defining celebrity as anyone who reached a wide audience in 2018, including through politics and broadcasting, as well as the typical avenues of fame such as music, movies, and TV. Number 10. Johnny Depp. The hatred towards Johnny Depp shows just how fast one's fame can flip. Depp was once the biggest movie star on the planet, but now people are publicly calling for his exclusion from the industry.
Alas, my children, this is the day you shall always remember as the day that you almost... Captain Jack Sparrow.
Most of the hatred stems from Depp's casting as Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts franchise, in light of his alleged abuse of ex-wife Amber Heard. Nonetheless, J.K. Rowling has publicly endorsed Depp and expressed happiness over his casting. This only added fuel to the fire, and the hatred continued throughout 2018. Depp finally addressed the controversy in October, stating that he'd been falsely accused and that he was appreciative of Rowling standing by him. Number 9. James Corden. It wasn't long ago that James Corden was that adorable Brit driving around celebrities and doing karaoke. However, it seems as if people have had enough. There now exists a number of outspoken critics who have labeled him insufferable, and a Harvey Weinstein joke at a charity event back in 2017 didn't exactly help turn the tide. The backlash isn't just on the internet either. Anthony Bourdain has called him a pandering tool, and his performances in recent movies have been up for criticism too, with Mark Kermode describing him as appallingly irritating in Peter Rabbit.
Come on in, we've got the garden. Help yourself to anything. Wait, didn't you try to eat me? Show me your teeth. Do like a goat, like... Argh.
It reached the point that James's dad decided to defend him on the radio. We're sure he meant well. Number 8. Laura Ingraham. However irritating Corden might seem to some, at least he's not taunting school shooting survivors.
Look at how the crowd gathered at the U.S. Capitol with their selfie sticks in hand greeted Bernie Sanders as he made his way to the bullhorn. Oh my God, they were going nuts. It was pure partisan politics.
Fox News and talk show host Laura Ingraham took to Twitter to ridicule David Hogg, a survivor of the Stoneman Douglas shooting. In the post dated March 28, 2018, Ingraham said, quote, "David Hogg rejected by 4 colleges to which he applied and whines about it," and linked to an article from Daily Wire. The backlash was quite severe, and up to 27 sponsors pulled their support from the Ingraham angle. Unfortunately, this didn't do much to stymie her base's support, as her show actually experienced a 36% increase in viewers aged 25 to 54 following the controversy. Number 7. Brett Kavanaugh. We suppose it's contentious to call Brett Kavanaugh a celebrity, but he was all anyone talked about in September, so we're counting it.
What? I'm gonna start at an 11. I'm gonna take it to about a 15 real quick.
As we're sure you all know, federal judge Brett Kavanaugh was accused of sexual assault by Christine Blasey Ford. Kavanaugh's hearing then became the biggest TV event of 2018, as everyone stopped what they were doing to watch. His combative responses and constant mentions of beer didn't do him any favors.
We drank beer. She had one beer at the party and had beers with, and having some beers with friends.
And while Kavanaugh was confirmed, a poll commissioned by the Washington Post and ABC News showed that 51% of Americans disapproved of his confirmation. Number 6. 6ix9ine. Yeah, so this guy's still a thing. And believe it or not, the rapper is even more controversial than ever. In April, a member of his posse shot around at the crew of fellow rapper Casanova at Brooklyn's Barclays Center. In the backlash that followed, 6ix9ine lost a nearly $5 million headphone deal and was banned from performing at Barclays. In July, he was arrested on an outstanding warrant for allegedly choking a 16-year-old kid at a Houston mall. And in October, 6ix9ine was sentenced to 4 years probation and 1,000 hours of community service for making and distributing a sex video with a 13-year-old girl. So yeah, he's not particularly well liked at the moment. Number 5. Alex Jones. Alex Jones has been a heated figure for many years now. One of the most prominent conspiracy theorists in the world, Jones is responsible for promulgating numerous contentious opinions, including the idea that Obama is a literal demon, that juice boxes turn people gay, and that Democrats are plotting a white genocide.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that?
He finally found himself in some serious hot water in May when several families slapped him with a lawsuit for claiming that the Sandy Hook shooting was a hoax involving crisis actors.
I've watched the footage, and it looks like a drill.
When you say parents faked their children's death, people get very angry.
Yeah, well, that's all I know.
Throughout the summer, Jones's ability to project his beliefs was significantly affected, as numerous companies like Facebook, Apple, YouTube, and Spotify removed his content from their websites. Number 4. Megyn Kelly. In 2017, Megyn Kelly left Fox News for NBC in order to host Megyn Kelly Today.
After more than a dozen years at Fox News, I have decided to pursue a new challenge.
And it was an instant disaster. Critics called her unfit for daytime television, as her chilly personality failed to connect with audiences. She also made inappropriate comments to guests, which led to Deborah Messing expressing regret for appearing on the show. Kelly finally met her end in October 2018 when she defended the use of blackface in Halloween costumes.
You do get in trouble if you are a white person who puts on blackface on Halloween, or a black person who puts on whiteface for Halloween. Like, back when I was a kid, that was okay as long as you were dressing up as like a character.
3 days later, amid public backlash, NBC officially announced that they'd canceled Megyn Kelly Today. Fox News has expressed zero interest in taking Kelly back, leaving her career in limbo.
And I want to begin with 2 words. I'm sorry.
Number 3. Kanye West. Kanye West has always been difficult to digest. Some may argue that it's part of his charm.
Hey, everyone listen to this, please. 2 days before I was in the hospital, I was on opioids.
That said, 2018 has been especially unkind to the influential rapper. In May, West referred to slavery as a choice at TMZ headquarters, which led to condemnation from a TMZ employee and many people on social media.
The rest of us in society have to deal with these threats to our lives. We have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice.
The following month, he referred to bipolar disorder as his superpower on Ye, which garnered ire from medical health advocates. And in October, he met with Donald Trump at the White House, which only fueled the disappointment of his left-leaning fans. It's certainly been a difficult year for Ye, but that hasn't excused his behavior in the eyes of critics.
You think racism can control me? Oh, that don't stop me. That's an invisible wall. Mr. West, what would you like?
Number 2. The Paul brothers.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize.
We feel like the Paul brothers will never be redeemed. They're just that hateable. First it was Jake, who made headlines for being an absolute ass of a neighbor. In April 2018, he was slapped with a $2.5 million lawsuit for ruining his rental house.
Like I said, I apologize to our neighbors, and we're trying to make the living situation better for everyone.
He also generated controversy for a video about losing his virginity and for rapping the N-word. Not to be outdone, his brother Logan generated his own share of controversy, vlogging the corpse of a suicide victim, and having his ads suspended after he removed a fish from its pond and tasered dead rats. It's like they're in competition to see who can be the bigger douche.
I think my brother needs to get better at determining what he should put in his videos or not when millions of kids are watching.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few dishonorable mentions.
And because this pie is for all those men that wear papooses.
Oh!
That's for the guys who wear papooses. All right.
You think he will be let go?
No, I don't. I was surprised when he was convicted that he didn't get remanded and put into jail then.
Number 1. Roseanne Barr. Talk about ruining a second chance. After a few years of relative obscurity, Barr and her sitcom Roseanne made a return to TV on March 27, 2018, to wide acclaim and massive viewer numbers. The spotlight was back on her, and it didn't seem to be going away anytime soon.
This is our 45th anniversary, and I get to talk.
She's finally coming out of her shell. Quiet, everybody.
This newfound popularity lasted all of 2 months before she bungled it with an incredibly racist tweet comparing Obama's senior advisor Valerie Jarrett to an ape. ABC swiftly canned Roseanne and her sitcom, deciding instead to option a spin-off titled The Connors without Roseanne's involvement. Even Barr's biggest fans couldn't defend that one, and her co-stars happily left her in the dust.
It's like the worst thing they could have possibly done to me was to fire me from my own show and let other people write my life story. I'm not going to watch it, and I'm not going to condemn it or say anything bad about it either. I'm just moving on from it.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.